Hey, 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 Coon Prairie Ramblers back here again for installment number 4.
I'm afraid so. The infamous, county famous F-bomb. Not the F-bomb, not to be confused. The F-bomb, where we what if something.
Yeah.
The Coon Prairie Ramblers are getting ready to drop the bomb again, so y'all take shelter, get ready to meet your maker. Do whatever you got to do.
Sing hallelujah.
Are you red-eye?
Yeah.
Here she comes. Oh, look out. Have mercy. That wasn't too bad. What if you could go back in time to, say, school days?
I don't want to.
We're dragging you back by the hair of your head. Hair of your head. No, we can't do that. We're going to drag you back by the beard. Yeah. And you're going back with us. We're going to talk about school days and some of the stuff we did maybe to get in trouble or to get out of trouble, or pranks or spankings or paddlings or whatever you want to talk about. Return to us now to those golden years of yesterday.
Those were the days.
When you were a little boy and the devil called your name. Hey, Mel. Yeah.
Well, all I can remember is spankings that other people got. You know, when somebody got the swats, I mean, they usually got the swat out in the hallway.
Yeah, you could hear it.
Maybe nowadays they don't do it nowadays.
They take them to another room and do it. Yeah. They still do it.
But it was always and they always had to lean over into the stairwell and grab a hold of one of the stairs, you know.
Lean on me.
And then everybody would, all the classes, heads would be popping out of the doorways.
And you'd hear that. Wow!
Look at that! Wow! Look at that!
Wow!
Raised him off the ground.
That's right. That's what they told us. I remember my last paddling. She said, "You bend over and you hold on that chair." He was the principal, actually. You hold on with both hands. We're going to give you 3 licks. If your hands come off the chair, we start over again.
I only got a couple.
I don't even know if they paddled in my elementary school. I'm sure they must.
You're so young, of course not. They used to beat us half to death.
Well, no, like as a teacher here, working in the county for a couple of decades, I have seen children get paddled in the principal's office.
Right. Because they need a witness in there this day and age.
Right. Well, I mean, they always, when they did that, they would call the parents and get
the parents
permission.
Come in and whip
the
them
parents
sometimes.
would come in, and sometimes
my daughter Kimberly does
the one time I saw it, that father said, "Hand me the paddle. I want a few licks
talking about. Too." Woo! Batter up.
Huh. Hey, I came to town. I was a juvenile probation officer when I came over here. And remember Coach Bowers?
Do I remember Coach Bauer?
Who
don't
around.
remember?
He called me. He said, "Mr. Jackson," he says, "I'm going to have to paddle one of your probationers."
Good Lord.
And he says, "I just want to let you know."
That man can swing a paddle.
I said, "Can I come watch?" He said, "Yep, get right on over here."
He did
I
it.
went over and I watched them paddle on it, and this kid was 6 foot 25 inches or something. You know?
Right.
We lived in fear of Coach Bowers back in the day, the late 60s, early 70s. It was a reign of terror. He loved his students or whatever, but very strict disciplinarian.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
It was true.
It was true. A quick pivot for that paddle. Man, it was good.
He'd lay it on you.
Yeah.
Or he'd make you do push-ups. You do something he didn't like, he'd say, "Get out and give me 25 right now." And he'd dare him to challenge him.
Yeah.
You might be kerosene on me, but I'm going to be gasoline on you.
Yeah, he's still
I'll
around.
jump on you like a ball of fire, boy.
Yeah, he's still around, and he's still a champion for students.
People love him to death. He's getting old and feeble and fragile and stuff like that, but he's still very respected.
Yep.
I don't think nobody else will still challenge him.
And he speaks with such conviction.
Right. If he told me to get out and do 25, I'd probably drop and have a heart attack after about 5 or 6.
I think he needs to be our next guest.
He'd still do it.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have him in here sometime. He'd be a good one.
Man.
He truly would. Anyway, going back into school days, would you do it?
Rotten rule days.
If you could go back and take what you knew now, or go back and experience it all over again?
I don't think I could help anybody out. I mean, I was always catching up. I mean, I was, when they're in math class, when they're on this assignment, I'm catching up, and by the time I get it, they done moved on. So I don't think I could help anybody.
Schools have changed a lot in the way they deal with students. I mean, the teachers, I won't say could get away with more, but they could be more forceful with the discipline that they would. It would make you stand in a corner or draw a circle on the chalkboard, and you had to stick your nose in that circle and stand there all day, or they'd make you go dust the erasers or wipe off the board or whatever. But one time I remember in math class, I was probably like 8th or 9th grade or whatever, sitting in math class. This particular teacher we had is a big old man. His name was Tom Haydock. He was teaching math, and the kid in front of me was looking around in the desk because you changed classes from went to room, and the bell rang, and somebody had left a ball of moss in there, about the size of a softball, had left it in there. So this guy, I'm not going to call his name, but I should. But he reached down and he reached down and he found this ball of moss, and he's sitting in front. He just tosses it over his shoulder, lands on my desk while I'm trying to do my math. I didn't even look around or nothing. I just took it and put it back over his shoulder. Of course, that's when the teacher looked up. That's when so the teacher didn't say nothing. He was real cool and collected. We're doing must have been testing or doing some problems because we're all working. And he gets up and he puts his hands behind his back. He's walking up and down the aisle, back and forth. And we're sitting alphabetically. So I can remember who that was sitting in front of me. So I'm towards the back of the room. And when he gets back there, it had to be wintertime because I had on a jacket. And we didn't have any heat or air conditioning in the old school building that's gone now. He got to me. He reached down and grabbed me by the lapels of my jacket and snatched me up. And I instinctively grabbed the desk. So he picked me and the desk up off the floor and slammed us up and down about 4 or 5 times.
He probably thought you was being defiant because you grabbed that desk.
I was hanging on for dear life, but he finally snatched me out of the thing and said, "You go stand in the corner for the rest of the period or whatever." But it was pretty scary back then. But today he'd go to jail for that or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But times have changed. But that actually did happen to me.
Yeah, I've been given permission by parents to use. Of course, I don't. I
Scare
can't
the
use,
life out of him, or the mess, or
you
whatever
have
you
my
want to call it.
permission to smack him over the head.
Yeah, right upside the head.
I'm grateful for the permission, but it won't be happening.
But don't let the student know that you won't do that. Let the parent tell them that, and you say, "Yeah, your mom said I could do that."
I have found the most effective form of whatever you want to call it is have them get on the phone and call their parent.
And tell them what you did.
Right. Go.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, and there were some students who just had the phone number written because they were frequent callers.
Well, the phone, they got like a, what do they call it?
Redial, speed dial.
Speed dial, yeah. Certain students are the top 10 for the speed dial.
Mom?
Well, that had to be scary for them because they knew Mom was going to.
Yeah, they would be crying. They wouldn't even, a lot of times they wouldn't even be able to speak, and they just hand me the phone. I'm like, they'll tell you what happened when they get home.
Yeah. Of course, like they say back in the day, you got a beating at home. At school, you're gonna get one when you get home too, as well. They're gonna get you for it. But kids got away with a lot of stuff back then. It was a lot of fun. People would bring squirt guns to school and keep them in their pocket and squirt people when they weren't looking and stuff like that. Have all kind of stuff going on.
Did you ever get in trouble, Tommy?
I was a good girl. I never got
once?
Never got
Come
caught.
on.
I never got caught.
Okay.
I never got in trouble because I never got caught.
Now you can confess something. Tell us at least one thing.
It's nothing with school, but I had a cousin who lived a street over, and we would do stuff like egg people's houses.
What?
And
just,
deviant you? That's like the most I ever did. We would
do they still toilet paper?
Yes, we did a lot of my church. My church youth group did a lot of toilet papering. Actually, we toilet papered in high school, too.
That was a church group. Oh,
Were you
goodness.
noticed in high school, at school?
I mean, everyone knew who I was, but I wasn't.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
You went to school in Virginia.
Like, she gets away with everything.
Yeah, no, nothing. I wasn't a bad kid. No, I was just a good kid. Just a quiet, good kid.
Oh.
Just did what I was supposed to do.
That's what you want as a parent.
Exactly. You don't be the teacher's pet because then the rest of the class doesn't like you.
Right.
They're going to be cramming you into the locker and stealing your lunch money and stuff like that.
Do you ever get, you're not Charlie's parent, but do you ever get calls?
Yeah, Kim's called before, and I've had to do things with him. Or maybe she'll say, "Well, he got in trouble again today. Don't let him get on the computer. He's on computer restriction. If he gets on my bad side, I put him on couch arrest. He has to sit on the couch for 3 hours in the afternoon when I get him. The only thing he can do is go to the bathroom, and I said you can have a drink of water or a piece of bread. You're on bread and water, and you can use the bathroom, and you don't get nothing to play with. You got to sit there 3 hours. I'm in the other room on the computer. He's just sitting on the couch.
I think there was a time where, too, he said, "Don't call Papa."
I believe it. And I made him do the old school thing. I will not get in trouble at school.
Yeah.
Make him write that 100 times. I did that.
I mean, Charlie's Charlie. He's
always somewhere else mentally.
He's hard not to love, though.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to him. If he could just channel that and focus, he's a smart kid. He could be like really smart and be a good student. But Anyway, before we run out of time, I understand we're going to have a demonstration of something by our special guest and honorary Coon Prairie Rambler, Miss Tanya Bordner. Tell us what this thing is and what
So
what
this
you
is
do
just a little bendy straw. You can find them anywhere, McDonald's, that sort of thing. I didn't do it this year. I guess I just forgot. But at the last day of school, I always used to leave or teach my students something that that I instructed them to do and to take home and share with their parents.
Oh boy.
So
oh boy.
what you do is you bend the little, you hold it horizontally.
Okay.
And you stick the long end under your arm, and you put the short end in your mouth, and you just blow. And
it makes a noise.
And it makes a noise, yep. And the boys would just love it, and they would just, of course, I would do this like literally 10 minutes before I released them.
The last day of school.
As they were right on their bus, they get in their car, wherever they're going, and they're just doing this.
And you give out straws?
I would send
You're
them.
so bad.
I would hand them
You are
out
so
in line.
bad. You are so bad.
No, it was just, yeah.
And you tell them to go home and demonstrate with their parents.
To share it with everybody they meet all summer long.
And it makes a noise.
It makes a noise, yep.
All right, boys and girls, you're fixing to hear it right now.
All right, here we go. Let me put this in my mouth. Oh, wait, that wasn't very good. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder what that sounds like.
Hey, I want to do that at home.
Who came up with that idea? Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
Grab your bendy straws now.
Oh, my. That's
Everybody at home.
That is hilarious. That's a little skinny straw. The bigger ones make a louder noise.
I don't know.
And one straw fits all, right?
There you go.
What if you got a hairy armpit?
It might even be a better noise. I don't know. You
was
should
a
go home
hairy-
and try.
It was a hairy one. Yuck. Anyway, we're about out of time, and we hate to leave you all, but our time has run out, and we appreciate having Miss Tanya with us today, and maybe get her back sometime. Love to have you back. We have a lot of fun.
Thanks for inviting me.
A lot of fun today. So we're down to 30 seconds, so we're going to have to make like a
Let's have one
train and leave
for
track.
the road.
All right,
Here we go.
more.
One for the road. Oh, my God. Run, Forrest,
I would
run.
never expect you.
I sure hate that KC was not here to experience that, but we'll let him close us out today, as he always does. Brother Kenneth, let us know. What's the frequency, Kenneth?
1480 AM on your radio dial, News Radio WFLN, Arcadia's news and information station.